Daddy planted a cedar sapling back in '59, right beside the gravel driveway near the property line. I used to climb up in those branches when the world was moving fast, looking out across the valley, wishing simple things would last. Now Daddy's gone to heaven and my own hair's turning gray, but that old tree is standing tall, watching every single day. Yeah, the old cedar tree has seen it all go by, the summer storms, the winter snows beneath the southern sky. It's got deep roots in the dirt and branches reaching high, a quiet giant standing strong as the years keep rolling by. It reminds me who I am and where I ought to be. Thank God for the memories in that old cedar tree. I carved my initials with my first pocket knife in the bark, right next to the sweet girl who stole my young heart. We've raised our own children underneath that very shade and watched them run around in the beautiful life we made. The world keeps on changing, building highways out of clay, but some things are anchored deep and will never fade away. Yeah, the old cedar tree has seen it all go by, the summer storms, the winter snows beneath the southern sky. It's got deep roots in the dirt and branches reaching high, a quiet giant standing strong as the years keep rolling by. It reminds me who I am and where I ought to be. Thank God for the memories in that old cedar tree, still standing strong, right where I belong. You could smell the fried chicken from a half a mile down the road, and Mama's sweet tea was sweeter than any story ever told. The front yard was crowded with pickups and kids running wild, and Daddy was sitting on the porch with a gentle, proud smile. No No matter how hard the week had been, or how heavy the load, Sunday afternoon was the sweetest place we'd ever known. At Sunday dinner at Mama's, the world just stood still. We bowed our heads in gratitude for the blessings on the hill. We didn't have much money, but our cups were running over, with laughter and love walking through that kitchen door. Yeah, the best times of my life were spent around that tableside, with family faith and a little bit of country pride. Now the kitchen is quiet and the stove has grown cold, and the stories they told us are the legends we hold. But whenever I pray, before I take a bite of my bread, I can still hear the sweet words that my mama always said. She'd say, love one another and keep your eyes on the light. And those simple instructions still guide me through the night. At Sunday dinner at Mama's, the world just stood still. We bowed our heads in gratitude for the blessings on the hill. We didn't have much money, but our cups were running over, with laughter and love walking through that kitchen door. Yeah, the best times of my life were spent around that tableside, with family faith and a little bit of country pride. Pass the sweet tea, keep those memories close to me. Started out in a rental house with a leaking tin roof. The couch was torn up and the kitchen table was living proof that we didn't have a dollar to our young married name. Just a pile of unpaid bills and a love that was a burning flame. The neighbors said we'd never make it through the winter freeze, but we had a secret weapon when we fell down on our knees. Yeah, we built this life on a nickel and a dream, working hard together like the finest kind of team. We didn't need a mansion or a fancy silver spoon, just a little bit of faith under a bright southern moon. We took the hard roads and we made the rough edges clean. Look what we built with just a nickel and a dream. Now we sit on the swing of the house that we finally bought, thinking about the battles that we successfully fought. There's a vintage truck in the driveway and some food on the plate. We never had to compromise or rely on simple fate. The bankers in the city don't know what wealth really means if they never built a kingdom out of pocket change and dreams. Yeah, we built this life on a nickel and a dream, working hard together like the finest kind of team. We didn't need a mansion or a fancy silver spoon, just a little bit of faith under a bright southern moon. We took the hard roads and we made the rough edges clean. Look what we built with just a nickel and a dream. Just a nickel and a dream. The best life I've ever seen. I used to think this little town was too small for my boots. I wanted to see the bright lights and tear up my roots. I chased the neon signs from Dallas to LA, but the noise of the city only made me lose my way. I was looking for a fortune, looking for some fame, but nobody in the crowded streets even knew my name. But the gravel road that led me home was the sweetest one of all, winding through the pine trees as the autumn leaves start to fall. It brought me back to the porch swing, back to the simple truths, back to the old church pew of my reckless youth. I had to wander far to finally see the light, that everything I ever needed was right here in my sight. Now I watch the dust settling behind my old truck, and I realize that staying here was the greatest stroke of luck. I've got a woman who loves me, and a quiet place to sleep, and a harvest of peace that I am proud to reap. You can keep your high-rise buildings and your busy interstate. I'll take the gravel driveway and the old wooden gate. But the gravel road that led me home was the sweetest one of all, winding through the pine trees as the autumn leaves start to fall. It brought me back to the porch swing, back to the simple truths, back to the old church pew of my reckless youth. I had to wander far to finally see the light, that everything I ever needed was right here in my sight. Back where I started, never leaving again. This old barn has been leaning since the flood of '82. The paint is long gone and the sunlight shines right through. But if you look at the timber, you can see the carpenter's hand. My grandfather built it to last upon this land. The modern world wants to tear it down and build something new, but they don't understand the history that's holding it true. Yeah, there's beauty in the rusty nails and the creaky wooden floors, in the faded leather harness hanging by the sliding doors. Every scratch and every crack tells a story of the past, of a generation of workers who made things to last. You can't buy this kind of soul in a shiny modern store. It lives right here in the rusty nails and creaky floors. My hands are looking weathered, just like that old pine wood. My joints are getting creaky, but my heart is feeling good. I've got a few scars of my own from the battles I have won, and a couple of wrinkles from working in the sun. But like this old barn standing tall against the breeze, I'm proud of the years that brought me to my knees. Yeah, there's beauty in the rusty nails and the creaky wooden floors, in the faded leather harness hanging by the sliding doors. Every scratch and every crack tells a story of the past, of a generation of workers who made things to last. You can't buy this kind of soul in a shiny modern store. It lives right here in the rusty nails and creaky floors, built to last, just like the past. I used to walk across the pasture when the sun was slipping down, with a freshly picked wildflower that I found on the edge of town. I'd stand beside her garden gate, waiting for a sign, praying to the Lord above that she'd agree to be mine. And my heart would start to racing when I heard that rusty squeak, knowing she was coming out with a blush upon her cheek. Yeah, the sweetest sound in Texas was the slam of her screen door, letting me know that she was mine for now and evermore. A wooden frame, a rusty spring, a simple wire mesh, but it opened up a heaven that was beautiful and fresh. I've heard a lot of symphonies, but nothing moves me more than the nostalgic rhythm of her old screen door. We've got our own front porch with a screen door of our own, and we've listened to its music as our children have grown. Sometimes she goes out early to watch the morning rise, and that familiar little slam still brings a tear to my eyes. It's the soundtrack of a lifetime, steady and so true, a daily sweet reminder of the love we always knew. Yeah, the sweetest sound in Texas was the slam of her screen door, letting me know that she was mine for now and evermore. A wooden frame, a rusty spring, a simple wire mesh, but it opened up a heaven that was beautiful and fresh. I've heard a lot of symphonies, but nothing moves me more than the nostalgic rhythm of her old screen door. Still squeaking, still sweet. The November wind was biting and the sky was turning lead when Daddy pointed to the oak trees that were standing dead. He handed me a double-bit axe and said, "It's time to learn, boy, that you only get the heat from the wood you choose to earn. Don't complain about the cold if you're too lazy to swing. Preparation is the secret to surviving everything." Yeah, I learned about survival at the woodpile in the yard, learning how to face the winter when the times are getting hard. You gotta chop the heavy timber before the snow begins to fall, and keep your woodpile high enough to lean against the wall. It wasn't just about the fire, keeping our cabin bright. It was learning how to be a man who does his duty right. taught me how to find the grain and where to strike the blow, to split the stubborn hickory when the freezing temp starts to show. And now when life gets heavy and the storms begin to rise, I remember the calloused hands and the wisdom in his eyes. I just grab my boots and face the wind with a steady, quiet grace, knowing how to build a fire in a cold and lonely place. Yeah, I learned about survival at the woodpile in the yard, learning how to face the winter when the times are getting hard. You gotta chop the heavy timber before the snow begins to fall, and keep your wood pile high enough to lean against the wall. It wasn't just about the fire, keeping our cabin bright. It was learning how to be a man who does his duty right. Keep the fire burning, just like he taught me. Shadows are long on the pasture, the whippoorwill starts to sing. The worries of the busy afternoon don't mean a single thing. I sit out on the steps with a glass of ice-cold water in my hand, looking at the peaceful dark settling on the land. The crickets start their chorus, a steady, soothing hum, thankful for another day, and the rest that's finally come. In the quiet of a country night, the world is asleep and still. The stars are hanging heavy over the pines upon the hill. No sirens, no traffic, just the whispering of the trees, and the sweet mercy of heaven carried on the evening breeze. It's the best kind of medicine to make a tired heart feel right, finding my sanctuary in the quiet of a country night. I think about my parents sleeping in the churchyard down the road, and how they love this valley and the seeds of faith they sowed. I know their spirits are resting beneath this very sky, watching over the simple home as the quiet hours go by. It's a sacred kind of feeling, knowing I am not alone, guarded by the angels in the place I call my own. In the quiet of a country night, the world is asleep and still. The stars are hanging heavy over the pines upon the hill. No sirens, no traffic, just the whispering of the trees and the sweet mercy of heaven carried on the evening breeze. It's the best kind of medicine to make a tired heart feel right. Finding my sanctuary in the quiet of a country night. Just the crickets and me underneath the canopy. I looked into the mirror early this morning at dawn, and noticed that the dark brown hair of my youth is completely gone. There's silver on my temples and some wrinkles round my eyes, but I wouldn't trade a single day of learning to be wise. Every line upon my face is a road that I have run, a testament to the victories and the work that I have done. Yeah, I've got silver hair and golden memories in my heart, and I'm thankful for every single year, right from the very start. The young folks might have speed, but I've got the steady pace and the beautiful assurance of the Lord's amazing grace. My body might be slowing down, but my soul is feeling free. With silver hair and golden memories keeping company with me, I've loved the same sweet woman since 1975. And seeing her smile beside me is what keeps my heart alive. Her hair has turned to silver too, like a crown of quiet grace. and I still see the young girl whenever I look at her face. We're walking down the sunny side of our golden years, with a harvest of laughter and a minimum of tears. Yeah, I've got silver hair and golden memories in my heart, and I'm thankful for every single year, right from the very start. The young folks might have speed, but I've got the steady pace and the beautiful assurance of the Lord's amazing grace. My body might be slowing down, but my soul is feeling free, with silver hair and golden memories keeping company with me. A life well lived, nothing left to prove. The old railway station's covered up in vines and rust. The steel tracks we used to walk are buried in the dust. I remember when the whistle blew, shaking the valley floor, bringing the news and the mail to our wooden cabin door. But the highway came in '70, and the steam began to fade. We had to say goodbye to the progress that we made. Yeah, I remember the last train that ever rolled out of this town, chugging through the canyon as the sun was going down. It took away a piece of history, a simpler way of life, leaving just the quiet hills and the struggle and the strife. But the spirit of the railroad still echoes in the wind, a beautiful reminder of where we've always been. We don't hear the whistle blowing in the steam engine shining in the silver moonlight. But the old-timers still gather at the corner barber chair and talk about the locomotives that used to take us there. We've adapted to the changes, we've moved along the line, but we keep those iron horses running in our mind. Yeah, I remember the last train that ever rolled out of this town, chugging through the canyon as the sun was going down. It took away a piece of history, a simpler way of life, leaving just the quiet hills and the struggle and the strife. But the spirit of the railroad still echoes in the wind, a beautiful reminder of where we've always been. Hear that whistle blow in the valley of long ago.